I want to watch this video on why Americans keep buying McMansions. Because it seemed interesting and I flagged it as watch with stream. It's also only 9 minutes long. Let's watch it because I want to know why are Americans, I didn't know Americans were buying houses at all. Why are we buying McMansions? Tell me more, CNBC, why Americans still have McMansions, okay? I mean, just being for real though, I'm trying to think my guess. Obviously Americans like things bigger, especially if you're outside of a city. People want things big. They want a big truck, they want a big car, they want a bigger house. I think that's part of it. But also like outside of the city where things are insanely expensive, a lot of places only build houses like this. If you're in the suburbs of like a lot of big areas of commerce, this is the kind of house you get. This is what exists. There's not a lot of other options. So I was thinking Atlanta was what I was thinking of, dude. Atlanta is all McMansions for endless miles outside of the city proper, and you can't live in the city proper. It's crazy expensive if you especially want a family. So I mean, there's probably more of a zoning problem than just a demand one. But we'll see what they say. Are you justifying your home? I live in a small place in the city, okay? I live in not a McMansion. But Ari's talking about 3 kids, so maybe I will one day. Ari's talking about 3. I don't know where the hell she got the number 3 from, dude. I said 1. Let's start with 1. She talking about 3, so you never know where we'll end up.
A couple of factors played a big part in their rise. The first was the deregulation of the mortgage industry. New laws passed in the 80s that allowed banks to make some risky financial moves.
Ronald Reagan!
Like allowing adjustable rate mortgages, or mortgages with interest rates that are variable.
Dude, adjustable rate mortgages is the dumbest idea. It's just lying and tricking financially illiterate people. It is just tricking people. That is all it is, dude. My parents have one. I've never understood it. Just being clear, like adjustable rate mortgage is like, you're going to buy this nice little house. Oh, that's not so nice. There, now it's nice. Now, normally in America, you might get a 30-year mortgage, 30-year fixed, and it'll be fixed at a certain interest rate. So let's say it's 7%. It's like, I don't know, it's like 8 right now. So that's your payment. So if you're taking out 500 grand, you're paying 7% interest for the 30 years, okay? So you'll know your payment. Month 1, you're gonna know your payment. But an adjustable rate mortgage might be like 0% for 5 years or 2 years or whatever. And then it jumps up to 10 or 8 or 12 or whatever. It jumps up. And so you look at your payment in the first years and like, I can afford that. That's awesome. And you're not really thinking about how once it jumps up, you're probably not making a ton more money. And this only works, by the way, like you're usually underwater financially unless your house is much more valuable than it was when you acquired it. So adjustable rate mortgages are just kind of scammy. They're just kind of like, they're just a way to get someone to do a deal. But because most Americans look at the payment, whether it's a car or a house or anything. If they're borrowing for it, they look at the monthly payment. And so with this, it makes your monthly payment really low at the time you buy it, but really high down the road. It's a big problem in the UK too. Yeah, exactly. In the UK, I mean, most mortgages aren't even fixed 30-year. And so as interest rates go up, every few years, you'll have a readjustment where rates go way higher. But what if you pay it off fast? If you paid it off fast, sure, that's fine. I mean, you could do that in either way, but most people don't. It's very uncommon to pay your house off fast. Most people aren't doing it. You have to have a lot of money. If you have a lot of money, you just buy it in cash. The 30-year fix, by the way, is basically an American thing. This is kind of rare elsewhere. Doesn't the bank stop you from paying off too quick? I'm not going to speak for all contracts and deals. Maybe there's some that have penalties if you pay it off too early, but no, you can pay it off early. Yeah, in my experience, no, you can pay it off early, but they just don't expect you to do it. Maybe credit score, maybe it's a credit score thing, yeah. Penalty for paying early. I mean, it does exist. It happens for cars too. Some of them make most of the money on your interest payments over a long term. That's where they get the real juice. So if you just pay it off early, they get screwed. They don't get screwed, but they lose the money they're expecting. So they'll have rules where you can't pay it off early.
One common theme beyond size is often the number of amenities. A gym, a bar,
God damn.
A large entertainment room, a basement. The list goes on.
Can you imagine, dude, the American dream? Hit up your own personal bar, sit down in your own personal movie theater. Don't talk to your wife or kids. Don't leave the house for a month straight. Just vibing, just W's, dude. You do not need a third place when your house has 5 places. Just sit there.
They seemed like a really good investment. You're like, great, I can have this big house and I can afford it. And, I'll be able to resell it for more than I paid for it. And to a large extent, that is true.
Oops.
McMansions gained a reputation for being a bad investment. Buyers eventually came around. According to Realtor.com, McMansions represented up to a quarter of all.
Too bad I was in school instead of dropping out and buying a house. Yeah, this time was when you guys should have been buying a house. Okay, 2010, 2011. Why the fuck weren't you guys in a market buying a 30-year fixed at 1 or 2% on a house? What was your fucking problem? What were you doing? Playing Nintendo Wii? Dumbass. Should have been out there in the real estate market, grinding.
Construction costs have inflated too. Building a home is incredibly pricey.
It's good though, because our ever-growing friendship with Canada will lead to cheaper lumber as we import more from our northern neighbors. So it'll be fine. It'll be fine. The strong partnership will get the lumber into our hands.
McMansions have in fact appreciated at nearly the same rate as regular homes when looking at Zillow data. Though it's important to note that Zillow doesn't...
Dude, a 5-bedroom home, that's crazy. That's crazy. You gotta have a big...
McMansions are less than 20% of all home sales. In Bergen County, New Jersey, one of the most sought-after real estate markets outside the New York City metro, Rubenstein says McMansions are as popular as any other house.
Even these...
That's a McMansion? Isn't that just a mansion? Am I crazy? What actually defines Mick? It's just a mansion, bro. That's a big-ass house with acreage.
If they're really far out from the city and really just like in a completely amenity poor area, then yeah, they sit on the market forever because no one wants to drive 20 minutes to go to the grocery store.
That's the American dream, lady. I need to be at least 20 minutes from the nearest anything, okay? Because I want to be on the open road. I want to drive. And by the way, I'm going to Instacart my groceries so I can stay at home and watch TikToks on the TV in my private theater, okay? That's my plan, and if you aren't with it, you can get the hell out, dude. That's clearly painted grass. Oh, maybe. I don't. It looks like it could be sod, right? Just stops here. Doesn't look good though, man. this house with actually nothing around, not even built, 25 minutes from anywhere.
Some McMansions do take a price cut, as the more unique amenities like a fake river in a living room or a movie theater aren't for everyone. And any home older than 20 years.
A fake river in the living room. Damn, what kind of house is this for a regular person? Even like this is crazy. You need that. You need that.
Or a movie theater.
And why is the movie theater medieval themed with stone? What is this? What are you watching in this?
Buying a home is seldom a bad investment.
Okay.
And even when it is kind of a tax.
I just want to be clear. This guy works in real estate, I assume, or that type of talk is why we got into the problem in 2007, bro. Realtors in 2006. I will say it's seldom a year-to-year bad investment, and then the bad part comes all at once.
If you're looking to get into a bigger home, these McMansions might be a good option.
I think the only ones that have not held their value as well are the ones that look like you walk in and you're like, okay, it's 1995. So people don't want to be transported back in time. They want something that's been maintained. People want a new construction house.
Interesting. I don't know how much I learned from that, but it was an interesting discussion. Look, the real estate market is different all over America, but there's definitely areas like in Texas where they built a bunch of McMansions and they aren't selling. And the prices are dropping consistently and nobody's buying. And it's fucking bad. And if you had bought in early, you're like one of the only people in your neighborhood that bought, and you notice they haven't filled the houses around them and they're starting to rot and it's driving down your property value, I'll just be careful, bro. I'll be careful with an investment like that. I can squat in them just fine.